Hey, Zach, how's the ride?
Cyberia is an entertaining cinematic adventure that blends several genres together. Though there's nothing glaringly wrong with the game's design, it leaves a sense of emptiness upon completion. One gets the feeling that a lot of material was left on the cutting room floor. It may not have reached its full potential, but Cyberia is still a worthwhile game to play. In 2077, two megacorporations fight for domination of the planet. Devlin, the leader of one of these corporations, hires a hacker by the name of Zack. Zack is tasked with stealing a secret weapon called Cyberia. Zack starts his mission on an oil rig, obtains some new firepower, soars across Europe until he finally comes to the installation supposedly holding the Cyberia weapon. Cyberia's story feels like it was about 400 pages of dense material whittled down to about a 20-page script. Characters appear for no reason, barely building any sort of tangible relationship or adding any meaning to the overall narrative. The story, though coherent enough, is a bit hard to follow.
Brings makes this project extremely difficult to control. But even if we can't find a way to control and harness this entity, then surely the spin-off technologies from our research will have justified the time and costs required for this project. Thank you.
Arnold.
Cyberia is a massive game in terms of scale and ambition. In terms of playtime, it's quite short. Cyberia is divided into 4 game types: 3D exploration, cover-based shooting, puzzle solving, and on-rails shooting. All ingredients combined, Cyberia becomes an entertaining and varied adventure. The problem is, none of the gameplay modes feel fleshed out enough to stand on their own. Exploration works well enough, and you'll be doing it for the majority of the game. Though some of the stealth sections could have been expanded upon, there's nothing inherently wrong with how they work. The on-rails sections mirror this, taking up a good amount of the game without overstaying their welcome. The stationary shooting, on the other hand, is problematic for one main reason: the controls. The control in Cyberia is terribly unpredictable. Sometimes they reflect the position in which Zack is standing. Other times they follow no such pattern. You'll accidentally run into the line of fire, stand up when you mean to crouch, or walk away from a character when you mean to speak with them. Checkpoints are unforgiving, sometimes forcing you to replay lengthy sections only to die in an ambush all over again. The puzzle sections are clever, adding a nice sense of accomplishment to the otherwise random and unforgiving design. Unfortunately, they are few in number, leaving Zack's cool trio of abilities underutilized. Though the game can look a bit like a paper puppet show at times, the animation is quite smooth and seamless for 1994. Nearly every action aside from basic walking or running is situational. It mimics another world with its cinematic approach. The music is fitting to the futuristic setting, working well in the game's scripted sequences. Voice acting is unintentionally hilarious on more than one occasion, but not on a House of the Dead level. For the most part, Siberia's presentation is quite good.
Uh-oh, flash grenade!
Some of the gameplay elements are underutilized, some underperform. The game feels cut and pasted together from a much larger and more interesting plan. Yet for what it is, Cyberia is still a lot of fun to play. If you can tolerate some unpredictability, you'll find a mostly satisfying time in this grim vision of the future.